Planetary boundaries is a concept that was first drawn up in 2009. The idea that there are critical life-supporting systems that have kept Earth in the extraordinary, delicately balanced and benevolent, stable state for humanity, the Holocene that we know, for the last 11,000 years. And we'd be crazy to push ourselves out of this balanced state without even realizing what we're doing. And the planetary boundaries concept is the first attempt to identify what those critical processes are and where we lie in relation to them. And the scientists behind it, around 30 leading Earth system scientists, believe we have now crossed at least 4 of what they've identified as 9 planetary boundaries. So we have pushed over the boundary that they deem on climate change, too many greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, massively over on biodiversity loss and the breakdown of biosphere integrity. We've converted too much of Earth's surface for human use, and we are using far excessive fertilizers which put nitrogen and phosphorus leaching out of soils into lakes and rivers and choking off aquatic life. So, and on other ones, we don't even know where we are globally on air pollution and on chemical pollution. So the idea of planetary boundaries is that there is a set of critical life-supporting systems that keep Earth in this delicately balanced state. And we have already overshot at least 4 of them at the planetary scale. I really like the concept of planetary health. I think it's actually a very profound metaphor of health that we deeply identify at the level of our own bodies. We understand what health means in our own bodies. It's about balance. And I think the concept of planetary health is a concept for our times, where the science of planetary boundaries shows us that we have overshot our pressure on this planet. So we need a new way of thinking about what thriving looks like. And I think of planetary health in relation to personal health and well-being in 2 fundamental ways, so simple that I have them in my hands. So on the one hand, human and planetary health, human well-being depends upon the bean for food. We need food, and we need water and shelter, energy, we need healthcare, the fundamental basics of well-being. And these subsistence needs have been recognized in human rights for over 70 years. But the other half of the story is a much newer half of the story, and it's this little blue marble that is our planetary home, this delicately balanced living planet that we depend upon for a stable climate, for a protective ozone layer, healthy oceans, fertile soils, ample fresh water. And I think planetary health is such a valuable concept because it starts to invite us to bring these together. If you want food for all, we need fertile soils and a protective climate that's stable, that promises the rains. If we want fish in the sea, we need healthy oceans. If we want to be safe in the sun, we need a protective ozone layer. If we want to be safe in our homes, we need a stable climate that doesn't lead to floods and hurricanes. So I think at the early 21st century, we are beginning to understand the incredibly complex, interdependent dance of these 2 sides of what I deem planetary health for human health. And the planetary health concept totally invites this investigation about the interdependence, about the feedbacks and the complexity of these. So it's really a concept for our times.